Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First, Vinny Paz. Rhode Island may be the smallest state in the union, but its fighter Vinny Paz has maybe the biggest heart. Paz Marquez. And how about this man? Not only a pound-for-pound fighting great, but when it comes to entertaining fights, they're...
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Cranston, Rhode Island in the United States, a 2-division world champion known as the Tasmanian Devil, introducing Vinny Paz. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now from Mexico City, here is the Hall of Fame 4-division champion of the world, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
You can hear the noise, you can hear the fans. I've been to many, many fights like this, and it's very, very eerie.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. So here we go. Should be a good one. Oh, and there he caught him with a stiff jab. And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with the jab. Punch, counter punch. This fight was so big, an arena couldn't contain it. We're fighting underneath the stars, and what a main event this should be.
How picturesque is this, Todd? How perfect is this? It's perfect for us, not for the fighters because they're the ones getting hit, but for us, how picturesque is this? This is what it's all about. This is the beauty of our sport.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Perfect counter lands. Can't find a home in that jab. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? He threw a punch and just got countered. A perfect counter shot. Can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive there. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Beautiful counter punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Nice counter. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Paz in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow. We've let him back into the fight.
Here we go for round 2. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
They've got to use their jab better in this fight. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Good counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Good punch. Catch and shoot. He blocks the uppercut. They exchange punches. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. They miss with the jab. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Paz in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I see. Get this boxing back together.
And there's the bell for round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Marquez is hurt. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Punch caught him clean. And that jab just missed with the left hand. Beautiful counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The straight right just misses. This fighters certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Has to be careful for that receipt. Marquez is rocked. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Paz in that last round. Well, the cut man's got some work to do in this corner.
Cornerman, get your...
Let's go out there and let's reset.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They're off their stools, and what a fight this has been. Will it continue?
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they have to dig deep. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired just watching it.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
The straight right just misses. That jab won't score. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They're both trying for a knockout. Well done with that counter shot. Good counter punching. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Marquez is dazed. Talk about Paz in that last round. They're going to call the doctor over in a minute to check out these cuts.
Man.
On to the 5th we go. And we're back. What does this round have in store for us?
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You'll get turned over and walk into a shot. And that's the last thing you want.
That counter shot lands. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know, hold it right there, Marquez is in trouble. keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Nice slip to avoid the jab. Which fighter will say no mas? Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Both men step back for just a moment. That jab misses. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. And he did catch him. He caught it clean. Clean as a whistle. There's a counter shot. You don't want to trade shots. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Paz in that last round. Look at all that blood, but he's still wanting to come out for more.
Come on, breathe.
This is the beginning of round 6. What a round we just saw. Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
What a round. What have they got left? How can you get better than that? That is ridiculous. That's stuff you see on video games.
Nice counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think them. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
Missing with the left uppercut. The straight right just misses. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Hard. Look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brain.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Do you believe what we are seeing? They both want the knockout. Going down to the body, that's smart. Nice counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That jab doesn't find a home. The jab slightly off target. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talking about Paz in that last round. That cut is going to cause some serious problems.
My concern is the call.
You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on.
Round 7, here we go. They just gave us a great round. Let's see if they can do it again.
What a round. I'm exhausted. They must be absolutely shattered. What could you tell a man when he comes back to the corner? You need the instructions to be simple, precise. Don't befuddle them because they're just shattered.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because you...
What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw it.
That's...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? The straight right just misses. We need to turn this around halfway through.
It's that forever hope. Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to put it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That uppercut doesn't get through. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. About Marquez in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter wished it was 10 minutes after being dropped twice in the last round.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Good round. You feel good? Good man. Good man.
You've been coasting this fight, and now you're going to let him get back in.
Set him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered.
Go out in the first minute, stick him on the end of your jab, and then start gathering your pace and win the round back.
And we enter the 8th round. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. phrase second win. You've got to find it somehow.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
And down goes Paz. We knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
A shot from the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you continue.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Gotta look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow, get to the end of the round.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or is it a bit of a mousetrap?
Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Apparently hitting his opponent in the face isn't enough. He wants to rub it in. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. And that's it, a unanimous decision win.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.